Hello students, welcome to my class. Today is the second part of this first chapter we are going to begin, and then in the last class we have discussed about the your Dowry Prohibition Act, and you have learned many things about it, and we also discussed about the constitution and meaning and importance of it. Then followed by laws and dissent. Now you have to understand that why this constitution is very important for us in the country, and then this particular constitution actually is a kind of like a guidebook we have heard, and a constitution is a kind of like a principle through which a group of people, suppose they are dominated or maybe the powerful people are harassing or maybe depressed and tortured or exploited, so many other things are actually prevented by our constitution. So Indian constitution is a kind of like a guidebook for the different communities. So today we have to understand about it. Next we have to understand that any of the either you belong to the community or minority, or you belong to the low class, or maybe the ST or ST or OBC. Many other things are actually happening in the state, in the society, and people are looking down upon these people. So that's why there are many offenses are taking place in the minority community, especially by the powerful people, by the majority people. So that's why there are some of the act has been passed. One of the act is we can understand about that untouchability, that act that is in 1955, and a second act we have found that is here, that is no, not second act, the first act we found, that is the Dowry Prohibition Act, that is in the 1961, and then it is followed by many other laws. So when we speak about the laws and a dissent, now you must remember that in many communities the law may not be that much appropriate for any of the communities, especially when the community is not finding easy, or something is not suited to the community, something is hurting their sense or their sentiments, then this community can appeal, and this law could be again changed or amended. That's why it is known as the dissent. It may say any of the areas of the community suppose find difficult, then that has to be replaced or amended or retraction. Okay, so these are the things we have to understand. And then dissent is important in a country when we may consider that, oh, why this people wants the change. Actually the law is okay, but for some it is okay, but for some it may not be okay. Therefore amendment is taking place, or maybe the changes is taking place. When there is a change, it means we have to take it positive way we have to take it, and then any changes that is taking place for the welfare of the country only. So that's why we should not much give the negative impact on this law or rules. So however, in order to ensure peace and harmony in the society, it is important for every citizens to thoroughly analyze the actions undertaken by the government. So this one we have talked about. Next we have got the another subheading, very important subheading, that is a anti-Iraq movement. Now in the you can see in the, especially in the Andhra Pradesh, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, there is one district called Nellore. So in this district, many of the women actually have the complaint about their husbands, because here most of the time what is actually is done, that most of the time this local liquor is actually made, and then most of the husbands are not going at work, and then they are having drunk, and then they are sleeping here and then, and coming to home, and then they are torturing the wife, beating the children, and destroying the property. Such kind of acts are taking place. That's why this particular movement has begun. Now you must remember, in the early 1990s, in the 1990s, women in the Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh enrolled in the adult literacy program. Enroll means you must remember that they attended this literacy program, some of the women, and then during this one of the discussions in this program, the women started complaining about the increased consumption of arak country liquor by their husbands. So here they have already mentioned that because of their husbands are drunkard, they are drinking, not going at work, and then what the family is facing problem, that is actually not having any solution. Ultimately, you can see there are some there are many of the women are housewife. So if the husband is not going at work and then not earning, then how the family could run? So that's why some of the women were going to the job and then earning, and when the money is brought from their work, then this money is made use for the buying the food, buying the clothes, and many other utensils and all. But whatever the money they have earned, even this money also actually asked by the husbands by force, and very much like a offenses has been taken place here. So that's why these women actually were out of control, and you know what happened here. Uh, the increased consumption was actually ruining the physical part of the male and a mental health of these people of that area. And so people were not understanding about it. That as I have already mentioned, that suppose you take any of the liquor today, once you drink, you may not be identifying who is your brother, sister. You may not be identifying who is your friends, and then you may have the bad impact on them. You may have the bad misbehavior, misconduct. You can do that without the knowledge of your conscience. So that's why these are the things are happening, and many violence is taking place. For example, dowry dowry systems were also going on. Then sexual abuse was also going on at the same time because the drunkard people. So I think these are the areas how this should be put ban. So the women actually, women organizations, they gather together, they discuss properly all this matter, and then without the destruction of this liquor shop, the liquor industry, especially small scale industry, especially in the villages are seen especially. So these are, unless it is destroyed, the society will not be at peace. So that's why this particular group actually, they have gathered together, and then they started going to the village to village, and then started like started movement, and then started destroying this particular area. So that's why you can see that many of the areas how these women were actually took the very strong steps, and they have even complained to police and district commissioner and many other areas, but so far the step was not taken, and as a result of the offense was more, crime was more actually committed. So that's why the women have taken this step by themselves, and then they started this movement. So what happened? Eventually what happened? The women came together to spearhead an agitation against the sale of arak, and then they forced the closure of the wine shop, and the movement came to be like one of the movement which is known as the anti-arak or anti-liquor movement. Now see, when we speak about the arak means in Andhra Pradesh, this local language, arak means liquor. So that one we have to understand. So here what happened? Gradually what happened? The movement spread to other parts of the state, and then people became aware, especially women. Women part became aware about it, and then every woman actually came into like a protest, and then you know the here especially they have included that the movement actually spread to other parts of the state, and then expanded its scope from being a protest against the sale of liquor to protest against domestic violence. Domestic violence, of course, you can see when there is a drunkard. Then a dowry system was also very forcefully is done here, especially by drinking and all. And then you can see that sexual abuse is one of the main problem that was actually occurring whenever there is this society was such behavior. Okay, so as a result, the government actually not only had imposed a ban on the sale of the liquor, arak, but government gave the importance that whatever the crime, whatever the act will be done on the women, then that person will be given the punishment. So that is actually government put the like a pressure on the men, and so this movement actually became one of the successful movement. So that's why you have to understand that how society can be changed. So in case society you have such kind of violence is taking place due to the drunkard people or disturbing the sun, then immediately the movement should begin. Otherwise crime will occur every now and then. It is not the movement of your one person, but then this movement has to be like a with a big group have to organize it, so that such kind of evils will be abolished. Okay. So that is about our today's discussion. So next we have got this fill in the blanks here. So here number one, fill in the blanks. The society is made up of interactions and a relationship among people. So the answer is first answer is interactions and a relationship. So you must write down. Then the second one is a law regulates the interactions among the people. A law, you must write down, a law regulates the interactions among the people. Number three, a law empowers the government. A law, number three, a law empowers the government. You must write down the answer, government, to enforce law for the betterment. The third answer is a betterment of the people. So first answer is a government, second is a law, and the third one is a betterment. Betterment you must write down. Fourth, fill in the blanks. Laws bring peace and a harmony in the society. Peace and a harmony. Okay. So that is number 4. Number 5, the Dowry Prohibition Act. You must write down the Dowry Prohibition Act. Okay. Prohibited the demands, payment and acceptance of dowry in India. So this one you have to write down. Okay. Next, match the colon A with a colon B. So law. Now law could be written. Law is a what? Written set of rules. Law is a written set of rules. Second is a constitution. Constitution what? It is a constitution will be like a course of conduct. Course of conduct. Untouchability is a prohibited untouchability. Prohibited untouchability. Fourth one, rule of law is a supremacy of the law. And anti-Iraq movement is a agitation against the sale of Iraq. So that one is a colon A with a colon B. Next, number C, that is a true and false. Number 1, law legitimizes the government to formulate laws without considering the interests of the people. So this answer is a false. Number 2, the rule of law ensures the supremacy of the citizens of a country. So this answer is a false. Number 3, the Constitution of India does not prohibit the domination of the minority group by the majority groups in the country. So true. Number 4, the citizens of a country are empowered to express dissent even for unjustifiable reasons. So true. Number 5, the anti-Iraq movement is an example of how the citizens can influence the policies of the government. So this one true. So that is A, B, C is over. Now number D. Answer the questions in brief. Number 1 question: What do you understand by law? So you have to understand by law. So what the answer will be there? So answer will be, law is a set of rules in a country to regulate the actions of their citizens and which may be enforced by the imposition of penalties. So that is the answer number 1. D1. Okay. Next is a D2. Define constitution. Define constitution. So the constitution is a set of rules according to which a country is governed. That is the question number 2, D2. Question number D3. Name the act that prohibits the practice of untouchability in the country. So number 3, the untouchability, in the bracket you must write down Offences Act 1955. So question number 3, D3. Question number 4. What is the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961? What is the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961? So here you must write down the Dowry Prohibition Act is an act passed by the government to prohibit the demand, payment and acceptance of dowry in the society. Okay, clear? Answer will be the Dowry Prohibition Act is an act passed by the government to prohibit the demand, payment, acceptance of dowry in the society. Okay, clear? So number 5, what is the rule of law? What is the rule of law? So the rule of law refers to the supremacy of the law in the country. Must remember, the rule of law refers to the supremacy of the law in the country. In other words, everyone in this country would have equal rights and a protection by the law. Everyone in this country would have equal rights and a protection by the law. So okay, remember? So this is the number D. Clear now? Next we have the E1. How are rules important for a society? How are rules important for our society? So the E1 answer, I will suggest you to go back to the page number 227. 227, you will see need for laws. So from here, need for laws. From here, page number 228 up to the last word, unfair practices. Last words, unfair practices. This one big paragraph, of course. And this is the 5 points you must write down. Okay, that is about the E1. Next is E2. How do you think of Constitution of India has played an important role in the country? Substantiate your answer with a real life example. So here number 2 answer you will be finding in the page number 228. Constitution, meaning and importance. Page number 228 on the right side. Constitution, meaning and importance. So you will have here 2 big paragraphs. So no, 3 paragraphs you have got. So these 3 paragraphs you write down the answers with the 5 points. Okay. Then E3. Dissent is an important in a country to bring about changes in the society. Elucidate with a reference to the anti-Iraq movement. So right today in the live class I have discussed with you. So page number 229, page number 229, laws and dissent. The subheading you can check, laws and dissent. From here you write 1 point, and then anti-Iraq movement, there are 2 paragraphs are there, big paragraphs 2 are there. So from there 2 points you have to pick up suitable points as I have already discussed with you. So you can write those points and all. Okay. Then the next one is E4. A Dowry Prohibition Act changed the position of women in India. Discussed in the favor of or against the statement. So page number 228. Page number 228. Dowry Prohibition Act 1961. The first paragraph you can see. The Dowry Prohibition Act refers to the practice of payment, acceptance of gifts. This sentence you must write down. And then second paragraph, in 1961 the Dowry Prohibition Act was passed by the government to prohibit the demand, payment, this particular paragraph also. So you both the paragraph you combine and then you extract at least 5 points from here. Okay, so you form the answers very beautifully and suitable points should be mentioned here so that your answer will be accurate and good. Okay, so in the next class I'll be talking about on the Constitution of India. Okay. I will be talking about the Constitution of India. That is in my next class I will talk about. So thank you and take care all of you.